Well, thanks for checking out part 2 of the Bali adventure, and great place to kick off the year 2009, and a crazy story in meeting Far Empel off Facebook, a friend of Tyler's, and we just chatted one night and she told me that her room was going to be available in Bali, she won't be there, and that we could stay there. And so randomly my friend Rudy and I jumped on a plane and went over there to do some filming, and it was pretty cool how it all panned out. And you can check out all about Far, her acting, modelling and everything else at myspace.com/Far Empel. She's a very cool girl, and so is her roommate Ulan. And it was Far that told me to contact Ulan, said it was cool to use the room. And after the adventures of the night before, where Ulan was out partying for New Year's, no wonder why we couldn't find the place. The only thing wrong with the directions was that there was a tree covering the number, and in a pitch black street we just had no chance, so it was like it didn't exist. But the great thing about Indonesia, and I guess Bali, is you just never know what's behind these little concrete walls. Just a little oasis that Far and Ulan live. They got a room each with a couple of puppies, and there's the bed that Rudy and I shared, and an awesome bathroom that opens up to the night sky, which is pretty cool when you're sitting on the toilet and looking up at the stars at night, but not so much fun if it happens to be raining. But after a big sleep, after a crazy New Year's Eve and a quick play with the dogs the next morning, including Midnight the puppy, we made our way out onto the street to get a cab into Kuta. The girls live in Umalas, which is about 25 minutes away, just outside Krokaban, which is where the prison is. Of course, Chappelle Corby in there. But time to pull the camera out and film a chat with the big fella.
Yeah, it's New Year's Day. It was very interesting last night, our little excursion.
Yes.
No, but it was great. It was great to be over here on holidays for 10 days. Our first day out into Kuta. Really looking forward to it. Just chilling out, hanging out, a few beers, suntan.
So that was definitely the plan. We got the cab into the heart of Kuta, and I hadn't been in Bali since 1996, and a lot had changed. I remember this shopping centre being built when I was last there, and now it's just there rocking with all sorts of stores. So for tourists, there's just everything you need. And this is the view from the place. After we got a phone, that was most important. We bought a local Bali phone, we had some breakfast, and this is the view from the top of the restaurant there, looking out over Kuta Beach and down towards Legian and Seminyak. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, all the stores there, very popular in the heart of Kuta on New Year's Day. You never know what you'll see, a horse and cart. And of course the thousands upon thousands of motorbikes, even a slingshot. Didn't really like that one there though, kiss your ass goodbye, it scared us going on that one. But as you can see, plenty of bikes, and of course all the stores. Kuta famous for its shopping, of course the low prices to the dollars around the world, but everything you need there, all the brands from all around the world. There's pretty much anything you could possibly imagine is on the street there in Kuta, but I took the camera down to the famous Kuta Beach to let you experience what it's like walking around.
Iya. Aku naik kapal itu.
What do you think, mate? Kuta Beach?
Kuta Beach. A bit overcast, but you can see why people are coming out.
So it's definitely got to be one of the most unique beaches in the world, not just crowded with tourists from all over the place, but the friendliest people, selling all kinds of things from kites to jewelry, bangles, necklaces. I mean, you can just get anything on the beach. The ladies pretty much hanging to talk to you and sell you something, from board shorts and t-shirts, just everything. And great fun to be walking around. This guy's selling a bow and arrow, not sure how many of those he sold, but they're dangerous. There's a guy selling sunnies. And of course, Kuta being a famous surfing beach, the surf wasn't too good when we were there. The only waves really were had by Ronald McDonald and of course Santa Claus up there carving one out. But a great place for a bintang in the afternoon, a cold beer, and sit back and get a massage. Doesn't get any better than that. Or you can brave the Kuta main street where there's just probably a million bikes coming through, Always fun to see, a good atmosphere, and you see whole families sharing little mopeds. It's quite incredible, including little babies, so it's always fun checking out all the differences. And of course you'll see some entertainment on the streets, including the famous little monkeys. So there he is, the performing little monkey, very popular with the tourists. And when he was having his break, I thought I'd get the camera down there to get a closer view of him, which he didn't like too much. As you can see here in the slow-mo, goes for the big left hook to try and take the camera out, but this Aussie was a little bit too quick for him this day. But the beautiful sunsets in Kuta, the most famous sunset in the world really, and here it is. Yeah, so definitely one of the prettiest sunsets I've ever seen. Of course, world famous for it. A lot of tourists coming there, including the Carnage, Nathan Corbett and his girlfriend Korina. They were over there at the same time, so it was fun catching up with some fellow Aussies and hanging out. We bartered a price to get a ride into town, and here's a little bit of the adventure on a scooter into the heart of Kuta. Great fun cruising up Poppy's Lane on the back of a scooter, and of course this is where you'll find the memorial to the Bali bombings, where so many people from around the world, including a lot of Aussies, unfortunately lost their lives in that tragic event. It's right in the heart of town. It's kind of a little bit of an eerie reminder. But we walked around with the camera and met some of the locals.
Really? Give it a big sail. Where should we see in Bali if we come to Bali? Where should we go?
Pardon?
Where should we go in Bali if we come from Australia?
No, with who? With you. I don't have money. Maybe you bring me go to Australia. It's okay. I think she already have a girlfriend. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, of course. Because you handsome.
Yeah, so one thing that stands out about Bali is the nightlife. So many awesome clubs, and if you're a single person over there, you're definitely bound to have a good time. But that's what we did for the rest of the night. We just walked around, had a drink or two and some food, and walked into some street entertainers to round out the clip for the day in Kuta.
Ascending. When you step, I take it.